e-commerce, speed is currency. But speed without a structure, that's chaos. Catalogs are getting bigger and customers wanting everything yesterday. The old way of deploying people to fix that problem, that's broken. This is where e-commerce accelerators come into play. They're the switch you flip to stop struggling and start winning. Today, I'm joined by Dileep, who has got experience in working with e-commerce platform to talk about how accelerators are redefining execution. Welcome back, Dileep.
Thanks, Meera. So e-commerce accelerators are pre-engineered components that you use across the life cycle of e-commerce operations. Now, there are various places where you can bring in e-commerce accelerators, but let me call out maybe three areas for this discussion. One is catalog management, which is a fairly large operation as such. The second is data enrichment and data quality management. And third is the delivery and dispatch, or the order to delivery side of things, where operational efficiency can be brought in. These are some of the areas where e-commerce accelerators come into play.
Maybe I'll talk about the first point that you mentioned, which is catalog management. And that's the biggest bottleneck for e-commerce businesses. Now, catalogs would be sitting in different sources, right? How do you think we can break that jam?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very important point. And when we have worked with organizations, we have found that that is quite time consuming because this data is sitting in different sources. It could be in manufacturers' websites or catalogs, so to speak, printed catalogs. And whenever an e-commerce partner is asking for data, and we have seen it with our customers, usually the product owners or the people who have the manufacturers would send them it as bits and pieces. And so where does the e-commerce accelerator come into play here is with the advent of AI and AI agents, it is possible now to pull data from multiple sources. It could be multiple different websites that you have these products. Let's say you are a marketplace. Your data could be sitting in 10 different manufacturers' sites. So with the advent of some of these AI agents and the LLM models, you got to leverage the right models for the right thing. And using that, you could pull data from these different sources. And sometimes even if it's Excel, we could grab data from there as well, and aggregate this data and curate it pretty well, and create a first draft of your catalog in let's say if earlier it would take months together, you can do it in less than few weeks, right? So that's where it reduces time and effort, and you don't need a large team to start collecting the data. So what happens is it also ensures a certain level of quality because these LLMs are quite trained when it comes to communication language and all that. So we are grabbing the data from these sources, curating it, and we can give it a structure for it. So that's how catalog management, especially data capturing and data aspects are taken into account.
It's good to know that the source does not matter, and we are able to kind of pull the data and bring it in. Speed is one aspect.
Yes.
Right. So, but with speed comes a compromise of quality. So how do we ensure that the data that is being collected is actually clean? And how do we make sure that you don't have to spend too much of time in validating that data?
Quality is very important because you cannot put anything out there, right? And models and agents and LLMs and all are known to hallucinate. So ensuring, that's where I said picking up the right model is important for first set. Today when we collect data and bring it in, we also give it some kind of confidence index, to ensure that when a reviewer or a QA person, that we call is going through it, there is a level of confidence already built into that product content. So we ensure that QA is taken into account from that perspective, and we are also comparing it not from one source, multiple sources are there. Today, many of the products that are out there has already been listed. Some of these products are already listed in other places too. So there's also comparison you could do as well. So there is a human in the loop element that comes into play as we look into QA aspect of audit or QA of these content. But we've generally found that the level and the quality of the first cut itself, the draft, is much higher and better when we deploy these accelerators for e-commerce.
So catalog management is a continuous thing that's ongoing, right? Because new products keep coming in and you have to maintain it. So how do you think accelerators can really help us?
First attempt, you have to, set up and get the initial set of, product data in. But as you rightly said, ongoing, there is maintenance of this data, as in you have to update specifications, you have to update images. Now, when it comes to images, right, images is also a big part in cataloging.
Yes.
Images play a big part, to ensure that the product is sold rightly and, position and things like that. So, in fact, today, product shoots have been, the effort for product shoots have been reduced, to a great extent, significantly, I would say, because of the advent of AI. The reason being that you already can pull some of these product images from multiple sources. You can clean it up. You can get it ready for actual production quality. And alongside, we have developed apps, mobile apps that you can capture product images much quicker. Before this, you needed a production quality environment, photo shoot and all that. Mm-hmm. Again, it depends from product to product, but some products certainly does need a product shoot kind of environment. But there are a lot of other areas where products does not need a production quality photo shoot. You can use it with a mobile app and capture photos. And your mobile app is connected to all the SKUs back out there. So taking photos and automatically cleaning it up and pushing it to the catalog, that is possible today, and it can be done much faster and reduces a whole lot of effort for product photos. Same is it when it comes to cleaning up the data. So these agents that we create will continually be visiting other sites and adding up and cleaning up. Alongside, it'll bring in updates for SEO. Now, SEO is a very important element. So the description around your product, improving the SEO related content, all that is a continual effort. And instead of a large team sitting and doing it, today the agents can help you clean up that, produce the content, review the content, go and check content. So all this is possible today with the Accelerator, especially for with catalog management.
So we spoke about three things, right? So the first was catalog management, the second was data quality, and the third point that you mentioned was operational efficiency. How do you think accelerators can help in backend operations?
Backend operations also form a significant part, right? From the time an order comes in to fulfilling that order, there's a lot of process that goes into it. And one of the areas we found important to streamline is having to feed data into multiple systems. Usually, organizations have their ERP, their CRM, the customer support, offering, and also the order processing team, the warehousing. All these these are different systems sitting there, and we found that having a layer of integration or integration layer that helps to talk to different systems and ensure that data is flowing seamlessly from the time an order comes to the time the order is fulfilled and the customer is informed is important. And those are places where we can also bring in integration layers. They're all on the same page. So that is another one area where accelerators come in. And sometimes you see that there's a manual effort of feeding data in multiple systems, right? And you really cut down that effort. People don't have to keep feeding data into multiple environments. You feed it in one place or you capture it in one place, it goes to all the environments and it's managed. So that is certainly a time-saving effort and a must-have for e-commerce environments to ensure that your different disparate systems are integrated using some form of agent or platform. And we've also seen that customer support at this point of time is also being handled because they have all the data that is needed to support the customer. So that's one place where operational efficiency is taken into account and managed well by accelerators.
Yeah, so people, they wouldn't have to sit and do these manual work, and then we have agents and accelerators helping out to kind of take care of these autonomous
activities, right? Activities, yes, that's and that's a big plus. And you always have to be on the lookout for areas where you can improve and optimize. There will always be pockets where you can bring in either AI, and that is where as an organization we work with customers to see where can a level of intelligence be added to reduce effort, bring efficiency, or do a cost saving there. So and it's a continuous effort, but over the years, as an organization, we work with customers in the space to see where all can we bring in accelerators or improvement or efficiency.
Thanks, Dileep. That was very insightful. So it's clear that e-commerce accelerators are not just incremental update, right? So it's a strategic shift that each business owners should look into if they are into the e-commerce space.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dileep.
Thank you.
For organizations aiming to lead rather than follow, this is the new baseline. Thank you.